So I'm sitting there trying to pick up some rides, getting a bunch of crazy stuff starting off, but I'm working 12 hours a day. It's Friday. Let's see how it goes. See how I do. I ain't done 12 hours since probably 4th of July last year. Well, no, maybe New Year. No, it's probably the 4th of July. So it's been a while. You know, 4th of July is coming up. I actually will do 12 hours on that day. There's just so many surges. Definitely worth it. Definitely a good day. It's probably one of the 2 biggest days of the year for Uber and Lyft, I guess you could say too. But just to say that, but trying to see if I can't catch a ride. It's got to be somebody going to the airport. It's still early enough. That way I can grab a ride back before there's just too many people sitting at the airport and stuff. So we'll see what happens. Trips. First one, town center. Next one, airport. Now I got another one from the airport all the way to St. Augustine. Sorry, but that's how it works. I keep it paused for a reason. Now I unpaused it before I even pulled off. Now I got a ride from the airport. That's the main important thing when you're doing, especially Jacksonville. That's the main way. Otherwise, it's going to give you stuff at Amazon, all these other places you're not trying to go. If I'm going to the airport, I'm going from the airport, nowhere else. Not what I'm doing. So, got a good ride. It's like $35 from the airport. Long trip, but that's fine. I'm gonna end up at St. Augustine. I'll probably work down there for a little bit, maybe get a ride back up here to this airport, because that will be a reason, because somebody's gonna need a ride to fly out. It's a Friday. They're gonna need to come all the way from St. Augustine. A lot of those people down there might not come out here. I don't know, but we'll find out. I'm just letting it kind of take me wherever. I know what areas are better. It's still early, late at night. There's certain areas I'll probably be downtown St. Augustine, Jack's Beach, whatever. Or might even be back at this airport later on tonight. I do have a reservation later on tonight, but I might cancel it because it's Uber X, not that great. I always take a reservation if it looks decent, then I just look at it later on, especially if it's days in advance. But I cancel with enough time to where if I need to, I still can, they can find other rides. It's not a big deal. So let me pick this lady up real quick. And that goes to show, when you pause it before you get to the airport, and then when you drop them off, unpause it. Before I even got to the waiting lot, I got another ride. Always happens, because it knows I dropped somebody off. It just figures, okay, maybe he's gonna get gas. But if you leave it on, it's gonna give you rides somewhere else, not at the airport, at least at Jacksonville. Now, every once in a while, it might give you a ride from the airport, but if you pause it, you're not gonna get all these ride requests from other spots near the airport. And then once you unpause on the way back, it's going to give you one, because it knows you just dropped somebody off. Kind of puts you in front of everybody else because you just dropped somebody off at the airport. That's what it does. Doesn't even base on you, because look, I'm Uber Pro Blue. I'm not Diamond. I'm none of that. Nothing special. I cherry pick. I know how to drive. I drive with strategy. I still get the same rides you get. I just don't waste my time and gas. So that's what I try to say, is pause it when you're going to the airport. When you drop them off, then unpause it, and then it'll still register as you just drop somebody off. You're still going to be in front of everybody. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a ride before you make it back to the waiting lot. Like literally, as soon as sometimes I even unpause it before I even drop them off. Like right when I pull up there and they're about to get out the car, I'll unpause it. But I'm not going to unpause it until I'm up there on that deck, or I just drop them off. One way or the other, that's when I unpause it. Always get a ride before I make it back around, or even before I make it to the waiting lot, which is only like a mile away. So that goes to show that's how you do it. It's the best way, because otherwise you're going to get ride requests from other places. Not saying that sometimes you won't get one, but 9 times out of 10 you're going to get stuff from Amazon or whatever else is busy. It doesn't care about sending you to the airport. Same way if you get a ride says gives you priority access, unless it's to a hotel right there, it's not going to give you any rides from the airport. It's going to give you rides from somewhere else. That is just a trick to get you to take a little short ride or whatever, to get you to take something to help make it some more money, because you're at the airport. It knows you don't want nothing but an airport ride. So that's how you do it. That's an airport trick. That's something, it works, trust me. So let me pick this guy up. I gotta go to Amelia Island, grab me something else to drink, Mouth's dry. I got some water though. That'll make it till then. Maybe get something to eat, but at the same time, if I'm doing 12 hours, I don't really have time to take a break, because the longer I stay offline, the longer that it doesn't count towards me, and then I have to work later just to show you guys what 12 hours looks like. So that's the problem. I can't really take a break, can't really do nothing. I gotta hurry up, stay online as much as possible, try to make some money. So if you look at it, right, I've done 3 trips. I've been working for a couple hours now, but it's only showing that I've been online, or I got 10 hours and 50 minutes left. So that goes to show you that even though I've been online, I've been doing whatever, it only counts so much of it as actual online time, to where I actually don't you work more than 12 hours. That's the whole point of doing 12 hours, show you that you actually to do 12 hours, you actually work more than 12 hours. Especially when I had a long trip, we were stuck in traffic. It took forever for where we were at to try to get to, you know, Nocatee or whatever area this lady lives in or was going to. That from the airport at this time of day on a Friday was nothing but crazy traffic. It takes a lot longer than I could have done it at 9 o'clock at night, or even at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. Would have been a totally different story. But that just goes to show I got 10 hours. I think I showed it to you. Let me see here. Yeah, I did show it to you guys, but I'm gonna show it to you again. See, 10 hours. Then I go back and it shows that I got $72. Like literally it was a $41 trip with the tip. I don't even know if I got a tip. I think it just went up because of the fact that it had yeah, it was increased because we were stuck in traffic. So that was a $32 ride. That goes to show you guys too, when you guys say, oh, I gotta sit in traffic, if that ride takes longer than it suggests it's supposed to take, it does increase the ride. Same way if you drive farther than the pin, it increases the ride. A lot of you guys are misinformed. That's why I make these videos. I try to show everybody this stuff. You do not have to drive to that pin. Where you have to drive to is wherever they want you to go. Wherever they want to get dropped off, that's what they're paying you for. Take them there. If it's farther, you don't have to go to the pin. You can keep going. It's going to charge them. It prorates it. It costs more money. Same way if you drop them off sooner, it's going to be cheaper. It's the same way. When you're stuck in traffic, when you're sitting in traffic, that's going to take longer than it suggests. That price increased. It was a $34 reservation. That was actually a reservation somebody canceled because I picked up the thing. She was already waiting. It was actually after a reservation. She didn't even notice that I wasn't the driver to pick her up. So she's like, she was running late, trying to do whatever, so she wasn't even paying attention. Now they could have run into the same issue I had. I don't know, but I just go to show that that price can be increased. It can cost more money when you go to a certain spot, whatever. That's what I try to show you guys. So that is basically, I've done 3 trips and it's only counted it for basically an hour and 10 minutes, and I've actually been online longer than that. So that goes to show me trying to do this 12 hours is going to be a lot longer than 12 hours. It's definitely going to be longer than 12 hours. But that's what I got so far. I made $72 literally in 3 trips. I've done 3 trips, $72. Bam! I'll make some more here soon. I gotta stop, grab something to drink. I'm thirsty. But besides that, that's how it works. So it's starting to seem like I'm not getting a ride. Not saying I made a bad decision, because I still haven't given that ride to the airport. I haven't figured out if they tipped me. I haven't seen what I got afterwards, so too early to tell with that. But I didn't get anything except for in the opposite direction because there was a surge. It wanted me to go up there and then not give me the surge. Yeah, I'm not driving back out the way with the traffic I had to deal with to get over here. So maybe I'll get a short little ride real quick. I still got 45 minutes. It'd be nice. I mean, if not, only time will tell whether this was a mistake or whether I did right. Because you know what you got to realize, sometimes a lot of people say, oh, that's not worth it. You looked at the smaller details, but you don't think in a bigger context. So take a step back and think about it like this. $38 and something for a 52-mile trip. Now, it was only like an hour and a half time frame. I was already 18 miles away, hoping to get a ride in that direction. Haven't got one yet. It's only been like 20 minutes. Okay. Still got time to get a ride over there. Too close to it, I probably won't, because then I'll risk losing that reservation. But think about it like this. In that amount of time, depending on if they tip me or not, and then what I get from the airport, would I have made that same amount of money in that amount of time and still ended up at the airport and then got whatever ride I get from the airport. So it's not just about that $38 for that little ride. It's about $38 plus hopefully a tip, which I usually don't, but you know, it's airport trips, usually a tip. That's why I kind of think there'd be a tip, and that's why I like doing them, and that's what, you know, my experience shows me happens. So it comes from experience. Well, going back to the airport, I know it's going to be busy at that time, so hopefully $38 plus $10, $12, so like $60, save 50 something, right? Basically $1 a mile. Then I'm going to get another ride, which could be 30, 40, 50 bucks. From there, in that time span, was it worth it? Then not taking a reservation and working and maybe catching those surges. Maybe they were, now there could have been stuff that could have been an airport reservation. I could have caught one of them surges. It could have been close, but what it was sending me before I got that reservation was nowhere near that. And I would have been, that was just an example of what it could be. That's not what I was trying to do. So you can always say this or that, but you'll never know unless you did that instead of this. That's the only thing. And then that's still not guaranteed. Like, you could have got the right thing or you could have not. I had to stop real quick, grab me a drink. Well, I could have missed out on a good reservation in those 2 minutes I stopped. So there's always different things that could happen that really affect what you're doing. So the main thing is just try your hardest to do what you think's right. That's why I try to show you some of these tricks. Take it and use it what's best for your area or what you're trying to do for that day. That's all I try to show you guys, because you could be what if a million times, but you're never going to know. You can never prove it. Only thing I can do is say, look, this is what I do, this is what helps. Do I always make the right choice? Not always, but sometimes I get lucky. And I'll tell you what, hopefully I get lucky at the airport. I'll be happy with that. I'm not complaining. So there are definitely a lot of rides they needed in that area, because that surge been there for a minute. I know that area. It's all probably going places I really don't feel like going to, so it wouldn't really matter anyways. I got so used to chewing gum now, except for when I have people in the car trying to really chew it. I just kind of like move it around, but it just gives me something to do, especially if I'm not talking with the people, if they're on the phone, whatever. I don't know, I feel like I'm bored, or I don't know, gives my mind something to focus on is the gum. That's the only reason why I've been doing it so much. But let's see if I catch a ride. Oh, look, I got one. Bam, I'm gonna take it. Uber X priority. Bam, $7. So it wasn't really a that was a fake ride. But hey, listen, when it does that, don't always, if it was a good ride, you kind of wanted it, don't take the next ride, because it could still pop up. Just because it says that doesn't mean it doesn't give it to you. It's happened to me, because I'd be like, damn, I didn't get it, oh well. And then it pop up immediately and say, all right, and it starts sending me navigation to that ride. So always be mindful of that too. If it is something that you actually did want and you're like, damn, I didn't get it, don't take the next couple rides. Give it a minute, because it might load it up and send it to you. It's done that to me. So that's only if you really want it. If you didn't want it, then who cares? And take whatever you want to take. But if it was something you kind of wanted, just give it a second. It might load it back up. There's always that chance. So that's something else, another trick, guys. So I got a reservation. I picked it up just to check it out. But now this is the thing. It's like 52 miles all the way from the bottom up to the airport. It's 52 miles. It's like 40 bucks. It's a Uber X reservation. It's not an Uber reservation. So I'm really trying to decide if it's worth it. One, I'm going back to the, from the energy drink, but going back to the airport, which is a good thing. I just had a ride to the airport from right here, but the problem is trying to decide if I feel like going all the way down to St. Augustine. Like, I'm in Nocatee, I'm not that far, but at the same time, the reservation's an hour and 15 minutes. Am I really gonna get anything in between then to do for $38? They might tip, they might not, I don't know. So I'm trying to debate on it. It's one of them things you just kind of got to figure out, well, what's your plan? What are you trying to do? Because yeah, I might can make that much. It's not bad. If they tip me, it might be worth it. It's still like $1 a mile. Then I'm back at the airport, grab another ride from there. So it's kind of hard to decide right this second. Really debating, because I almost had a ride to the airport, but it was only like 20 bucks. I'm driving all these miles. I just drove down there for 40 bucks. So it's really a hard thing to try to decide sometimes. You really gotta, so that's the good thing about the reservation though, is you can actually take your time and try to decide, is that really worth me doing? Because I gotta be online by 5:30. I'm online anyways, it doesn't matter. My question is how am I gonna get down to St. Augustine to pick up some rides to make it worth me doing it? That's the question. So why would I do that reservation if I do it? I'm kind of deciding, I'm gonna see if I can't get a ride down that way. So why would I do that? Let me break it down for you. What if I take it, it's not $1 a mile, it's nothing crazy, but it's not comfort, so it would pay more if it was Uber Comfort. But the issue is Uber's rates have dropped, so most prices, like if I just get a price right now, it's gonna be like 20 bucks to go to the airport. I just seen one, I tried to grab it just to see if he'd give it to me. It was a match, I knew it was probably fake, blah, 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 whatever, right? Reason why is most airport trips are gonna tip. Now, sometimes they don't. It's not 100% guaranteed, but most of those people do. So say it's 38 bucks, it's 52 miles, it's like 75 cents a mile. But going back to the airport on a Friday at a prime time when there's going to be other rides, so I'll probably get another ride from I'll definitely get another ride from the airport, and then I'll be back either in St. Augustine or the beaches or something like that. So airport's super busy. I checked the Gridwise, see what it was like. So all I gotta do is try to catch a ride down to St. Augustine, so I'm not riding down there empty. Any type of ride down there will be worth it. Not really a matter about the price, just a matter about not riding empty. Because sometimes you gotta not focus on the price, you just gotta focus on the direction. So whatever I can get going in that direction gets me to the reservation without driving empty. That's a goal. There should be a ride because people are going to want to go down there. Now I'm leaving at 5:30, or it's at 6 o'clock, so the reservation getting up to the airport shouldn't be too bad because it's already past that rush hour type traffic, so I'm not really worried about that either. So the distance won't take that long. I do have a reservation at 9:30. It's just an Uber X. It's like 30 bucks. I might cancel it just because if I'm going back up there at 6, that can hinder me getting a ride. Or even if I do get a ride, I get a ride so far, and then the fact that I have to go back empty just because I have enough time to get back there for the reservation, I can't wait too long to cancel it. It's not the greatest of reservations, so I probably shouldn't even worry about that reservation. But you always got to remember too is when you're going to the airport, a reservation to the airport, it's going to be less money usually than it is leaving the airport. Just like if you get a ride to the airport, it's going to be less money than if you pick somebody up at the airport. That's usually the rule of thumb. That's just how Uber does. So that's why I try to explain to you guys a little bit of stuff as I'm doing it. I give you context. I show you why I'm doing something. And do I always make the right decision? No, I don't. I'm not perfect. I'm just like you, and I just missed a turn because I was doing this. So that's great. That's where it goes. I'm not paying attention. And I just wasted some time. Hopefully there's a U-turn right here. And there's probably not. I'm gonna do a legal U-turn, unfortunately. No, I ain't doing a legal U-turn, but it's just crazy because actually I cut back through, so it's fine. It's not the end of the world. I just wasted some time, basically, is really what it boils down to, because I'm on here, so I'm not really paying attention. Well, that's why you always try to pay attention. It's not really paying attention just because I'm driving, but I'm talking while I'm driving, so I'm lost in thought. And I do that sometimes when I'm not even doing this. I'm just kind of lost in thought trying to figure out what I'm trying to do, because that's the thing, when you take the reservation, it gives you time to think about it. So now I can kind of try to plan it. I still got time to cancel it if I want to, but it's Friday. I'm already up $72, another $38 plus tips, so hopefully it's like 50 or 60 bucks. You know, now I'm at $130, and then I catch another good ride. You know, I'm trying to hit the airport as much as I can because it's Friday. I know it's super busy. I take advantage of the airport on the days it's worth it. Other days, it's just if I get a good ride, I go, because the airport's not always the best thing. But Jacksonville Airport is pretty easy to navigate, so it makes it easy to deal with. So I'm going to see if I can't get a ride down to St. Augustine, take this reservation, go up there. I might cancel my 9:30 reservation, because you know what, if I cancel it early enough, somebody else will pick it up and I'll get something better, because not everybody has a comfort option. So it opens me up to more options that maybe you can't get because of your car or whatever. So somebody else will get that other reservation, they'll be happy with it. Me, I not really care about that 9:30 reservation. It's not the greatest. I just kept it on there just in case. And that's another strategy thing. If you're not sure about a reservation, or if you're not sure how your shift's gonna go, if you got a reservation late at night, just leave it on there till it gets closer. See how everything's going. At least that's guaranteed you got that little bit of money on top of whatever you're making. That's the goal. Tonight I'm really trying to work a lot of hours, but I'm also trying to make as much as I can in those hours, so trying to make it count. Doing a lot of reservations. Sometimes for me, I think it works, so we'll see what happens. So I ended up getting a ride before I got that reservation, so that wasn't too bad. Then I took the reservation, just got done with that. That was a long drive, kind of wore me out a little bit, but now I got another reservation to Amelia Island. I'll work over there a couple times because I got another reservation, so I'll stay over there and do some of those rides over there because it's a good little spot. Since I'm over there, then come back, hit the airport. No sense of trying to come back over here again. They don't have as many people over there, but you got resorts, so it will be busy, and it's Friday night, so that would be the reason to stay over there. Normally I wouldn't, but why not? So I completed that trip over there to Amelia Island, the Ritz-Carlton, and I've made $83 off of 3 trips, and that was going from the one trip to St. Augustine, then the airport trip from St. Augustine, then to Amelia Island. So $83 in just 3 trips, planned out right. So what I did actually worked out pretty well because the amount of time I would have been doing, $83 not bad. Now I got a reservation at 9:30. I could cancel it because it's like $30, but it's going to the area where the beach is, where I probably want to work at, and it's a guaranteed $30. If I cancel it now, I could get more money, or I could actually make less money. So it's one of those things where you're kind of like roll the dice, like, all right, I know what I'm going to get for the reservation, but I'm going to risk, like I did the other day where you got all these people at the airport and spoofing and whatever. I already did all that in episode, but all that stuff could be going on. I could get a $10 ride, 15, or I could get offers for 10. I'm not going to take it, but like $15, $20 ride, I lost out of $10 plus a tip. So honestly, I think what I'm going to do, keep the reservation. I'm going to work over here in Amelia Island and see what I can do. Why not? So I almost had a ride for like $14.57 to go to the north side to Amazon over there by Budweiser, but it didn't. It was a fake ride. I say fake ride because it said all match taken, but it doesn't say match to a driver. When it matched to a driver, that means it was a real ride. When it does the other, it's usually a fake ride, but it does sometimes load to you when it says that. So it's like an AI type response. It's automatic. It's just doing research. I'll do an episode on that in the future, but right now I'm just focusing more on some other stuff. But basically, if you see a ride, you want to take it. I've said that earlier, is just don't take another ride. Just give it a minute. Sometimes it'll pop back up. Sometimes it just automatically sends you that message, but it actually gives you the ride. It just shows you it's automated response. It's meant to just shoot it to you. It messes up. So we'll see what happens. But I've already driven all the way from the Ritz to over here I don't even know what street this is, but about halfway the distance. You can see about halfway distance to 95, and I only had 1 trip request. Normally you'll get a few because you got the Ritz, you got the Omni, and those people need rides. There's not always a whole lot of people here, and usually when I drop somebody off over here, I will leave it on, or I'll forget sometimes, because I do forget, and I usually will take a ride here if I forget. Just because it's short, usually pays pretty good. It's not too far, but a lot of times if you're ever in the car, you see me get a ride request because I forgot. Maybe I was talking to you, maybe I was doing something else, but I usually cancel that ride and I immediately pause it because I do not like to take rides like that, because it doesn't give me time to see exactly where I'm going. It doesn't show me the route because I don't have the tier level for that, which I'm not going to do everything it takes to get that tier level. It's not worth it. I'd rather just pause it, stop new requests, and then I can see where I'm going every time. And it gives me time to think about what I want to do. Where do I want to go? Do I want to go that way, or do I want to go the other way? So that's why it works out better that way. See, there's 50 cars, so that's why I used the reservation, because I didn't want to have to deal with that, because I knew that it was pretty much going to be a lot of cars there, and probably not even going to be that many people in the lot. It's just other things they got going on. That's why it's like that. That's something I don't know if I uploaded that episode yet or not, but something I went into detail that actually these people are doing that are actually not just hurting everyone else, but they're hurting themselves doing it too. But they're going off information they see online and they think it's helping them get an edge. It's really not. It's hurting them just like it's hurting everybody else. But that's why I kept the reservation. It wasn't worth taking a risk. So I already know what I'm going to get. I'm good to go. End up in a good area. I'm glad with that. I'm happy. So quick update. I just dropped that guy off. I'm at 194.15. So that's not too bad. Sorry, I got to put my seatbelt on. But that's not too bad. Like, I've literally done... how many trips now? I've done 8 trips, made $200, and I still got like 5 hours and like 30 minutes left. So I still got a pretty good bit of time left. I'm gonna go drive around. Now I'm gonna go hit the beaches. This was actually a little bit more from the beach than I thought it was. I just don't want to get pulled over to Orange Park because that stuff doesn't. I don't want to be on that side. I want to go hit the bars. It's 11 o'clock, so those bars are popping right now. I'm about to go hit it all. So we'll see how I do. I still got some hours to go. The weird thing is, it's not showing any type of surge, not showing anything, but I'm online. Like, I'm not even paused, nothing. That's weird. Like, I don't know why it's doing that, but I don't really care because I don't want to ride over here, but I am trying to wear down some of the minutes because I want to get to that 12-hour mark. Like, normally right now, I made like $200. I'd probably go drive around for a few more hours. What I'm really trying to do till it literally logs off, or at least get close enough. I don't know, because 4 o'clock in the morning, that's a pretty long time to drive around when I started at like 1:30 or 2 o'clock. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. I don't know why it's so foggy now, but let's see if we can make some money though. $200 ain't too bad right now. Look at this right here. They got a $30 surge right there downtown. I don't know what they got going on in St. Augustine, but I almost want to drive down there because that's $30 surge. By the time I get there, that'd be gone. I mean, I'm literally like 30 minutes from there, maybe 20 minutes, but there's no way, at least to that point, I'd make it there to get a $30 surge. But that is crazy. I don't know what they got going on. 13, 14, 13, 30. I mean, that's a huge surge. I mean, if that finally popped up on my map, I don't know what they got going on right now. I could ask Perplexity. I could go south right now and actually get pretty close. It's definitely tempting. It is definitely tempting. But I'm not going to do it. Well, they got some events going on in St. Augustine. I'm not that far from there. And there's actually the cheap gas station right here. So I'm going to fill up with gas because I got not that much left. And I'm going down to St. Augustine. Stuff's kind of wrapping up. They did have that $30 surge. It kind of disappeared for a minute. I logged off and logged back on to see if it popped back up. But I had I don't know why I said that, but I had a little talk with Perplexity. They got a lot of events going on there, so I'm going to head that way. It's going to be busier than Jack's Beach. And even though the surge might disappear right now, it's going to keep popping up. Everything's winding down by the time I get there. Might even be higher or still around the same amount, but there's gonna be surges there for a while. I'm gonna go down there. It's a little bit better, a little something different. I'm tired of Jack's Beach for the month, for the week, or for the night. I'll go there tomorrow night. So finally got gas. Now getting a ride actually to downtown St. Augustine, and bars will be popping. I'm gonna be down there tonight, try to make some money, a little switch it up. That's the good thing about Uber. You ain't always got to be in the same spot. You can switch it up. You can go anywhere. You can make some money. Just some spots are better than others sometimes. Am I going to get that surge that was there earlier? I don't know. Probably not. Maybe later on, though. You never know. I'm not really worried about that. I just said if there's that much surge there, there could be something going on. I double checked there is, so it might be busier down there than Jack's Beach tonight, and a lot of those people might be down there too. So luckily caught a ride finally down to that direction. Kept trying to send me back to the other direction. Well, I'm not going there. All right, so I done did 10 trips, $219. I almost had a trip to Palm Coast. I'm not going to Palm Coast, not $14, but I'm over here on the little island going like towards Ponte Vedra. I'm going back towards downtown. It's gonna be busy. Gonna pick up some rides. I still got, let me see what I got, like 4 hours left. Still got 4 hours and 8 minutes. It's 12:10. See, I told you, literally it should be like 2 hours. It's 2 extra hours. I'm probably gonna gain some more time, but I got it on right now just so I can, one, if I catch a good ride going back towards downtown, or two, really just to kind of wind down the hours, because I'm really kind of over the limit what I made. And to work 4 o'clock in the morning, since I've been up since like 9, it's pretty tough, but we're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna wing it, try and get as close to the 12 hours I can. See if I can't just do it, but we'll see what happens. So I get a reservation, you know, I got it at 1:10. It's actually going back towards my house. I'll still have like a couple hours left, so I might try to hit Jack's Beach. I don't know, I'm getting a little tired, but whatever. So I take a ride, it's like $10. It pulls me way far away. Now I'm gonna barely make it, like a couple minutes to spare before the reservation starts. So always be mindful when you have a reservation and you're trying to take another trip. Be careful, because it'll just pull you somewhere thinking, oh, you can make it back, and then you're like, then it's too late to cancel because it hurts you to cancel it, so I can't like cancel it. Then there's a surge down there, so it's like I should have known better, but I was just doing it because it was paying pretty decent. I was going back towards my direction just in case. I didn't feel like continuing because I still got like 3 more hours. It's like 1 o'clock now, so I've been literally driving for about 12 hours, but I still got 3 hours to drive of driving time. That's what I try to explain to you. Like 12 hours is a lot more than 12 hours. So if you're gonna do a full 12-hour shift, you better plan on driving for like 14, 15 hours, because that's when you're gonna get an actual full 12 hours. It is not like, hey, you gotta work from 12 to 12 type thing. No. And that's the thing I always forget too when I want to try to do 12, like say 4th of July, when I work actual full 12 hours, I'm gonna start like 11, because I know if I do from 11, I'm gonna probably be working till 2 o'clock, and that'll be the 12 hours. But I always try to plan it out, because I'd rather have extra hours to decide, because I'm not always planning on working the full 12 hours. But if you are working the full 12 hours, you better plan on starting earlier than you think you're gonna quit, because you're gonna be working more than 12 hours. That's the whole point of this video, is to kind of show you guys that like 12 hours does not mean 12 hours. 12 hours actually means 15 hours in Uber time. Uber time and real time, totally 2 different things. And they do that for a reason, because they're like, well, keep working, because you're on the road, that's more rides, you're filling in whatever spots. Now, late night like now, people are still working. And right now, I'm at like 233. So that kind of shows you, right? I've only made $33 more than I would have stopped an hour or 2 hours ago and just went to the gym. I made $33, put more miles on my car. And that kind of goes to show you too, like working full 12 hours doesn't always mean you're gonna make a whole lot more money, but I still got another $20 ride. I still probably got some tips that are gonna pop up. So that 233 is gonna be 253 once I finish this ride. I go do some more, it's gonna end up being like 300. I might go hit Jack's Beach, do a little bit more. I might run by the house, grab my gym clothes so I can do Jack's Beach, do some rides out there, make 250, 300, and then go to the gym, then go home and go to sleep. But I don't have to get up too early tomorrow, but I do got to edit some videos so I can kind of knock some stuff out. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to make it literally 104 reservations at 110. And they probably aren't even going to be ready. Like, they'll probably be like still drunk sitting in the bar, which is cool. I don't really care. I just want to take them back to the thing, go run by my house since the reservation's close to by there. I'll have 253 at that point. Maybe they'll tip me. Hopefully they might be drunk. They might not tip me till tomorrow. That's the thing too, is a lot of people, especially if they're drunk and you take them home, they run in the house, they pass out. They're probably not going to tip you till the next time they take an Uber, which could be tomorrow night, could be next weekend, it could be whenever. So that's one thing you got to be mindful of. So a lot of you guys, when you tip people, or not tip people, when you rate people because they don't tip you, you're rating them before they even had a chance to tip you. So I don't ever do that. I just give everybody 5 stars. I don't really care how you are. I think I gave one lady 1 star because she really pissed me off, and I just didn't ever want to be matched with her again, that's still not even guaranteed. But that's the thing, is I just give everybody 5 stars. To me, the whole point system of rating you really doesn't matter, because I could be petty and just rate you. It's not very accurate. Same way as I give everybody good service, I give everybody 5 stars. So there's no reason for somebody to rate me less than 5 stars. I don't rate people less than 5 stars. Did one time, and that's because you really pissed me off. She probably rated me like, actually she probably didn't rate because I didn't give her attitude, and I just was just frustrated with her because I was doing what I was supposed to do, and she just was one of those people that you just, I don't know, want to complain. You know, I waited tables, so I'm used to dealing with people like that. Some people you just cannot please, and they're just miserable themselves. So I got to turn the light off because there's a cop up here. So I got 2 hours and 40 minutes left. You can see I almost made it, but it's like 1:37, so it's late. I'm tired. That goes to show you guys, to work a full 12 hours is super hard. Why is it hard? Because literally you're working more than 12 hours. You're working like literally like 15 hours. Like, that's the whole point of this, is to show you guys, like, to work that much is impossible. And that's just how it is. Now, I could get a little ride real quick, but I'm not going to do it. Another driver took it, $4.68. Well, that's great. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking the $4. Not after I've worked and made like $2.50. I'm not making no $4. That does not matter. It doesn't make a difference. I can care less. But just to go show you guys, like, I made $253. I made 13 trips. That goes to show you, working full 12 hours, like, I made $50 more. Now, I could actually make $20, but I'd have to drive all the way to Jack's Beach to pick these people up. I'm not doing it. I don't care. It is not worth driving that far to pick somebody up. So that just goes to show it's hard. But I just show you guys, that's what I made today. It was fun. It was long. I'm tired. I'm going home, and it wasn't too bad of a day. And that's just to show too, is I might get some more tips. So I might actually have made more money. I just don't have it right this second because of the fact that those people won't tip till probably the next time they use an Uber. So that $253 I made might turn into $300. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll let you know. We'll see what tip. Actually, I probably won't even really know. So when they do come up, it's not going to show it up for that day. So I'm not going to really know like what I made, when I made it. So it's still $253 for like 9 hours. Yeah, 9 hours. No, about 9 hours, 9.5 hours. Not bad, but it just kind of goes to show, like, you don't really got to work that much. I could have quit, made $40 less, and drove 2 or 3 hours ago, or like 2 hours ago. But took some reservations, I did some stuff. I could have done some other things that might have helped out, but it also goes with luck. I mean, I did a lot of airport trips. I did a lot of driving. I've gone all the way from St. Augustine, all the way up to Fernandina, to back to St. Augustine, back to Jack's, all over. So that just goes to show how all over the place you can go. I do circles around this city. I'm tired though. And that's the thing too, is when you're working those 12 hours, if you get tired before 12 hours, you got to stop. Like, it's not safe. Don't just keep going. But like near 4th of July, I'm going to work the full 12 hours, but I'm going to start at like 11 because I'll be still working till about 2 o'clock in the morning, because it's not a full 12 hours. It's not 11:11. It's going to be 11 till like 3 o'clock or 2 something. But it's going to be worth it because it's going to be super busy, and it's going to be worth making it. I'm going to show you, I'm going to make about $400 on 4th of July. I guarantee you I do. I might make 500. I think I made like 300 last year. I cannot remember what I made last 4th of July. I made some money though. And I had some crazy surges. I remember I took a girl literally, I don't want to say like 3 miles on the street, and it was like $50 it paid me. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what I make this year. But the rates have gone down, so but there'll still be crazy surges, and I don't know how to work it. I'm not doing that for 515. Y'all have a good night.